Mordechai Becher, and this is the Gateway's Parsha vlog. This week, immediately after Shabbos, after Shabbat, we have Purim, starting on Saturday night, going through till Sunday, and also in Jerusalem, a walled city. It actually is celebrated on Sunday night, Monday. So really, it's like a two-day event, starting really on Thursday. There's actually the fast of Esther, and as I'm sure you're all aware, Purim is a very, very interesting and unique celebration. We drink an excess of wine. Whether one should become totally inebriated is a major matter of dispute amongst poskim, but certainly all agree that we drink a little excess wine. We have some weird customs like dressing up in costumes, which dates back to at least the 14th century. And we read the scroll of Esther, which is also strange. It's the only book of the entire 24 books of the Torah, prophets and writings, which does not have the name of God. That's very strange. Here's a book of the Torah, book of the Bible, book of prophecy, no name of God in the entire book. We dress up in costumes, we drink excessively. It's a bit of a strange festival, strange yontif. And I think one of the ideas behind it, and not only that, just one more point, Pûrîm actually comes from the Persian word pur. A pur is a type of a lottery that Haman used to determine the date in which he'd attack the Jewish people. There's actually a pur in the Yale University Museum, which is looks like a dice with Persian writing on it. And it's interesting that we should name that Mordechai and Esther, prophets, should name the festival after the instrument of apparent randomness, a lottery which produced the date upon which the Jews would be killed. And one of the ideas that Maharal tells us is Purim really is all about revealing that which is hidden. In fact, the very words Megillas Esther, scroll of Esther, can be translated in a slightly different way. Megillas comes from the word legalot, which means to reveal. Esther comes from the word seter, which means that which is concealed. Megillat Esther, the revelation of the concealment. What was revealed, what was concealed. So many of our authorities say what was concealed with the Jews going to Babylon, being in the Persian exile under the Persians, the Medes, the Babylonians, what was concealed was the relationship between God and the Jewish people, which until that time had been open, obvious, prophecy, miracles, living in Israel, the temple in Jerusalem, and that was all over. No temple, no Jews very few Jews in Israel, a petering out of prophecy, no open miracles. The Jews felt, in a sense, abandoned. They said to Yechezkel, Ezekiel the prophet, they said, we are divorced. God has no relationship with us. What we saw on Purim was the relationship was still there, the love was still there, but it was on a hidden level. You couldn't see the miracles in the sense of a change of nature. The miracles were through probability, through statistics, through God's hand behind events in history which appear to be naturalistic, which appear to be random, which appear to be arbitrary, which appear to be controlled by a lottery. But really deep down, the love is still there. And although the Jews who participated in the meal of Achashverosh, celebrating the demise of the Jewish people and the rise of the Persian Empire, deep down, they're also Jewish. Even Jews who committed terrible crimes. Even Jews who were very far away from Judaism, intermarried, came back to Israel, etc., and didn't know Hebrew, had never seen a sukkah in their lives. But what's revealed is that deep down the Jew is still a Jew, the spark of godliness is still there, and the connection of God to the Jewish people is still there. So when we drink, that brings out the hidden aspects. It lowers inhibitions, it makes you a little chilled, looser, but also what it does is reveals the inner self, reveals the inner person. We hug each other, we say words of Torah, we sing strange and weird songs. The mask also is a way of showing that, we sometimes wear a mask, the Western world mask, we wear the mask of the business, we wear the mask of the profession, we wear many masks, but deep down, underneath, we are still 100% Jews, going back to the time of Mount Sinai, going back to the time of the Exodus from Egypt. That's really, I think, what Purim indicates to us tremendously is the revelation of the concealed. So one of the things that we do on Purim, we give presents to each other, presents of food, right? People who I don't know necessarily, and people who I don't like, it's a great idea, give them a present of food. It reveals the inner that deep down, I want to sustain and give life to this person. They want to sustain and give life to me. That deep down, we're all connected by the fact that we are Jews. And so one of the messages of Purim, at least, is that idea. We are told that Haman said, it's an am mefuzar u'mefarad bein ha'amim, a nation scattered and separate amongst the nations. And the commentaries say scattered. We understand geographically the Jews are scattered. What does it mean, mefarad? That means that even where we're together, we feel apart. We distance ourselves from each other. There's hatred for different groups. There's division between groups. So one of the lessons is that we should not be, yes, not mefuzar, geographically separated. We should be in Israel. But it also means mefurad. We should not be separated in the sense of feeling a lack of attachment to each other. We should feel that lack of that attachment. We should feel that love, and we should try to encourage that on Purim. We do that with the meal. We do that with giving gifts. We do that with supporting the poor. We do that with drinking wine. We do that by calling it Purim, wearing masks, etc., etc. One of the ideas is the encouragement of that which is revealed, that which is hidden to actually be revealed, that which is concealed to be revealed, and to go from galut, which is exile, add a little aleph, which is the oneness of unity, and golah, which is exile. If you add an aleph, the one of unity, it becomes geulah, which is redemption. So the Maharal says all we're missing to go from golah, which is exile, to geulah, redemption, is really an aleph, is a one. Is the oneness of unity, the oneness of God, and that aleph. So we put an aleph into the golah, we'll get geulah, we'll get redemption. Thank you. Have a great and happy Purim. This is Mordechai Becher with the Gateways Parsha.